started Kids Connect USA because what we realized working with children with autism, the thing that was missing with them was their social skills. And we thought the most important way for them to be exposed to appropriate social skills was to integrate them with typically developing children. So we decided that having the social role models was going to really set us apart from other programs. Children who don't have social skills need to have somebody to model after. If we just had a bunch of children in a room together and nobody had social skills, who would these children learn from?
We use the children to role model play skills, floor time, especially for the younger children. We talk about Legos, how they put the Legos on top to gain all the skills that they need to acquire the proper play skills.
A lot of children who are on the spectrum do not have good verbal skills, so they need to be surrounded and immersed in verbal capabilities. So by having real social role models in the classroom, the children who are nonverbal can hear it. They can be immersed within the verbal capabilities going on in the room, and that's what's really going to help them. What we have felt has been happening with a lot of our special needs children is that they become so dependent on adults in their lives. They have parents, they have therapists, they're always around adults, and they need to learn how to deal with their peers. So in order to do that, they need to have very social peers working alongside them. In the classroom, we give the children the tools that they need, and then what they do is they generalize that out into the real world. So we teach the skills in the classroom setting with the goal that they take those skills that we teach them and they generalize them out into the real world. When they're on a play date, when they're in the playground, when they're at school, when they're at a birthday party or a family function, so that they feel more comfortable in those settings and that they can be social.
We've witnessed a lot of changes, children that have started with us, some children with social anxiety disorder, who were not able to walk into a classroom or sit at circle time or talk to another child and sat with their backs facing the children, eventually turned around and now have amazing social skills. We've also have witnessed parents tell us that at the playground, my child for the first time has asked another child to play with them. We have parents that say children learn how to tolerate when other children say no to them much better, or losing. We have parents that tell us that losing a game is not so difficult anymore, that they have gained that skill. Our progress is really tremendous that we'd see.
We had one parent that told us, with tears in her eyes, that her child was at a birthday party, and this was a family function, and this was the child that was always sitting in the corner by themselves, never involved in what was happening, and finally saw her child play with a 7-year-old cousin. She couldn't even tell if this was a typically developing child, if this was a child with autism. Anybody looking in could not tell. All they saw was 2 children playing. And she said it just made her cry at how much her child has grown, because that had never happened before. Children who come to us who are nonverbal, when they are surrounded by children who are very verbal, they are able to acquire their verbal skills much quicker. We had a child that started with us completely nonverbal, but would come every week. And when we dismissed him one day, he came out and said, "Hi, Mommy." And that was the first time he had ever said a word, that the mother was flabbergasted because she couldn't believe that this was coming from her son's mouth. But it takes time.
Sticking with the program and constantly being there and giving the effort to bring your child and work with us as a team, consistency will show progress.